सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् बाहुद्वन्द्वेन रत्नोज्ज्वलवलय भृता शोणपाणिप्रवाळेनोपाता वेणुनाळी प्रसृतनखमयूखाङ्गुली संगशारा कृत्वा वक्त्रारविन्दे सुमधुरविकसद् रागमुद्भाव्य मानैः शब्दब्रह्मामृतैः त्वं शिशिरितभुवनैः सिञ्च मे कर्णवीथि
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Through the essence of Śrīmad Bhagavatam in the form of Nārayaṇīyam, Bhaṭṭatiri takes us through every stage of Brahma's prayers as well. Brahma, who has been created and now has been asked to do the creation, now seeks the presence of Paramatma in his true form. As he keeps describing Bhagavan, he describes the essential characteristics of Bhagavan who carries all of these ornaments in him. So thereby, Vishnu Purana Shlokam is quoted by the commentator while describing this. There are two famed commentaries to Śrīman Nārāyaṇīyam. One is Balabodhini and the second one is Bhaktaranjani. Both of these commentaries are extremely beautiful. And there the commentators state Vishnu Purana Vakyam to support Bhaṭṭatiri's shlokas, namely 6, 7, 8. Atmanamasya jagato nillepamagunamalam bibharti kaustubhamani swarupam bhagavan harihi Shrivatsa samsthanadharam anantena samashrutam pradhanam buddhirapyaste gadarupena madhave bhutadrimindriyayadim chadvidha ahankaramishvaraha bibharti shankharupena chakrarupena cha sthitam balaswarupamattyantam jivanantaritanilam chakraswarupam cha manodhatte vishnukare sthitam. So while describing the essential features of Bhagavan that supports his swarupam, here he says Purushaha. Purushaha that denotes the Jivatma is denoted through Kaustubham. Prakritihi, the Achetana Tattvam that we see around, is denoted through his mark called Srivatsam. Then we have the Buddhi Tattvam through Kaumodaki. Tamasa Ahankara that is shown through Panchajanya. Rajasa Ahankara through Sharanga. The principles of the mind, that is shown through the Sudarshana. Then we have the Sukshmavastha and the Sthulavastha of the Panchabhutas, that is shown through Vaijayanti. Then we have the 5 Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas that is shown through his arrows, which is the Sharam. Then we have Jnanam, which is shown through Nandakam, and Avidya, which is shown through Paricha. In fact, the 13th century polymath poet called Vedanta Deshika says this: Purudan Manivaramaha பொன்னாமூல பிரகிருதி மருவாக மான் தண்டாக மனம் திகிரியாக இருடீகங்கள் ஈரைந்தும் ஷரங்களாக தெருள் மருள் வாழ் உரையாக ஆங்காரங்கள் ஷார்ங்கம் சங்காக. So this is a very age-old shloka written 750 years back by Vedanta Deshika in chaste Tamil, supporting the Vishnu Purana Vakyam. Thereby Bhaṭṭatiri also can take cue from it. That is why shloka number 6, 7, 8 dealt with it. Now Bhaṭṭatiri takes us through the 9th shloka. Drishtva sambhrita sambhramaha kamalabhuhu tvatpada pathoruhe harsha veshavasham vado nipatitaha प्रीत्या कृतार्थी भवन् जानास्येव मनीषितं मम विभो ज्ञानं तदा पादय द्वैताद्वैत भवत्स्वरूप परम् इत्याचष्ट तं त्वां भजे. कमलभूः दृष्ट्वा, कमला lotus, kamalabhuhu, the one who is born of lotus, kamalabhuhu drishtva, that Brahma who is seated and born on the lotus, after having seen, that is sambhrita sambhramaha, that divine form of yours which gives him high joy, extreme excitement, harsha vesha vasham vadaha, because of that harsha, because of the joy that was bestowed on him, nipatitaha tvatpada pathoruhe, he fell prostrate at your lotus feet. Kritarthi bhavan pritya, after having the sense of fulfillment on account of that joy, because of the joy he had, that kritarthi, that sense of fulfillment, achashta yam tvam iti, thereby he prayed none but you. Thereby he prayed none but you means he has ekagra chittam. He has practiced Ashtanga Yoga. There he has got ekagra chittam. So he says, Kritarthi bhavan pritya achashta yam tvam iti. Other than you, nobody else was worshipped. Only you were worshipped. Hey Vibho, that Lord who pervades everywhere, the one who has got Vibhutvam, janasi tava, you are indeed aware of. Bhaṭṭatiri says you are indeed aware of. Manishitam mama, you are indeed aware of my mind as well. So Brahma says this to Bhagavan. Through Brahma, Bhaṭṭatiri also says this to Bhagavan. So it's a two-way that is going. Manishitam mama apadaya tat jnanam, thereby now bestow upon me that knowledge. Asks Brahma, dvaita dvaita bhavat swarupa param. Dvaita dvaita, certain aspects appear two, certain aspects appear as one. For example, if you ask a child, what do you see in front of your eyes? I see a laddu. How many laddus do you see? I see only one laddu. You go ask another child, what do you see? The child will say, I see a laddu. I also see the raisin which is added to the laddu. So over the layer of that laddu, you see that raisin, you see a cashew, you see a cardamom piece. So all this is visible. One child sees it only as one laddu. The other child sees it as a laddu that has the raisin, that has the cashew, that has the ilaichi, the cardamom. So all this is seen in one laddu. Now, do we have to say that the first child saw one object and the second child saw four objects? Not necessarily. Though each of them is distinct, they are all part of one vastu. Similarly, when we describe Bhagavan, we describe Paramatma, we have to understand. We call him Ekameva Dvitiyam. It appears that he alone exists. No, the entire world is his body. Thereby, a Brahman who has got the entire creation as his body, there is no one like him. So, Ekameva Dvitiyam. So, there is a Dvaitavadam. Dvaitavadam which says that two exist. There is an Advaitavadam which says only one exists. Whether it is Dvaita, Advaita or Vishishta Advaita which says where it is one, but it has all these things which are distinct from it. But they are all a part of it. They are a part of his body. Similarly, Bhaṭṭatiri says, Dvaita Dvaita Bhavat Swarupa Param Tam Tvam Bhaje. That form of yours which is revealed to me as one, as many. When he says many, it is Dvaita. When he says one, it is Advaita. Dvaitadvaita, Dvaita, Advaita, Bhavat Swarupa Param, Tam Tvam Bhaje. That form of yours, that nature of yours has to be meditated or worshipped by me, says Bhaṭṭatiri in the 9th shloka. Then he comes to the 10th shloka. Atambre charane vinamra athatam haste na haste sprishan bodhaste bhavita na sarga vidhivihi bandhopi sanjayate ityabhashya giram pratoshya nitaram sachitta gudhasvayam srishtautam samudairayassa bhagavan ullasayollaghatam atha sprishan hastena haste. Then after having listened to Brahma's prayers, after having listened to Brahma's request, atha sprishan hastem haste. So Bhagavan took his hand, which is as beautiful, and touched Brahma. Tam vinamram charane atamre. Then when Brahma fell at Bhagavan's feet, where the feet are vinamra charane atamre, where it is red in hue, like the petals of a lotus or copper, abhashya giram iti. So Brahma fell at the feet of Bhagavan because initially he did not know who caused him, who gave him birth. Then there was a voice that said tapa tapa. Then he did tapasya. Then he saw the streak of lightning. There he saw Bhagavan's beautiful form like kalaya flowers. Then he saw the abode of Bhagavan where Muktatma and Nityatma keep praising him. Then he sees the entire creation as Bhagavan's body, tava vapuhu. Now he says, after having seen that form of yours, I fall at your feet. That is when Bhagavan touched his head and said, get up. Abhashyam giramiti bodhaha bhavitate. What did Bhagavan say? You will get the full knowledge without any ambiguity about me, my Kalyana Gunas and this creation. Bodhaha bhavitate sanjayate na bandhaha api. Since you will start listening to my gunas, since you will start understanding my gunas, he says, sarga vidhibihi. On account of that, sanjayate na bandhaha api. There will be no bondage. Sarga vidhibihi. On account of creative activity. Nitaram pratoshya. Making him extremely happy. Thereby Bhagavan made Brahma extremely happy because he said, you will get the essential knowledge that is required to understand me and this creation and thereby carry on with the creation. Nitaram pratoshya. Brahma was extremely happy that he finally got to see Paramatma and he finally got the order or the command from Paramatma. Swayam san tachitta gudaha. And that form of yours, hey Bhagavan, remained concealed in his heart. So he says, Swayam san tachitta gudaha. Whenever he does creation, he thinks of you. Wherever you are in his heart. Tachitta gudaha samudairayaha tam srishtau. Thereby you prompted him in that creation which is an activity, in the srishtitvam. Hey Bhagavan, the one who has got jnana bala ishwarya virya shakti tejas shadgunya paripurna. Hey Bhagavan, saha tvam, you of such nature, ullasaya ullaghatam. Why don't you hasten my recovery? When Tyagaraja says, Adamodi galade ramaya matalada modi galade ramaya. That day, hey Rama, you spoke to Hanuman in Kishkindha Kandam. Hanuman spoke to you, but this poor composer called Tyagaraja who has been writing composition after composition, you have not been talking to me. Similarly, Bhaṭṭatiri says, Ullasaya ullaghatam. Thereby hasten my recovery. I have been suffering so much. To get me out of the ailment is very easy for you. Instead, you choose to bless Brahma, talk to him, show him your form. Why don't you remove my ailments? Ullasaya ullaghatam sahatvam. Hey Bhagavan, why don't you remove my ailments? Says Bhaṭṭatiri in the conclusion to the 7th Dashakam. The 8th Dashakam, interestingly, that we will be seeing in the forthcoming sessions, is a very large Dashakam. It has got 13 shlokas, but each of those shlokas has a big message that has been coming for us. And this Dashakam, 13th Dashakam, 8th Dashakam, 13th verse has something very special for us as bestowed by some of our Purvacharyas. Let us get to see in the forthcoming sessions.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण